Good morning and welcome to Winnipeg. I filled it too full. I had to be extra careful here. I don't know why I didn't pour a little bit back into the pot this morning. You should have seen me trying to get it from the kitchen to the table here a few minutes ago. Okay. All right. So what's happening here now? What's happening here? Okay. Let's see if we can get this to go. All right, if you want to know what's happening here, you're going to have to watch the rollback. That was mean, wasn't it? Okay. Yeah, we got a big long rollback. It's cloudy again. People out walking their dogs anyway. And it's minus 11. That nice weather, that nice warm weather, it's gone. I got a feeling that all the water on the bike path is now ice. You know, the funny thing is, I have this desire to go out and check and see what it's like. It must be the little kid in me or something. I just want to get out there and see if I can not fall down. But you know, hey Ron, don't risk it. You know, you're not a little kid anymore. So, but I'm having fun like a little kid. Okay. All right. So what's up? Oh, got an email from Bill Cycle, and two things. First of all, yes, that was my motorcycle that they posted up for sale, but they forgot to put sold in it. It now says sold. Yeah. Yeah, I guess, you know, why not? It's sort of advertising, you know, but hey, here's a bike, we got it in. I think it says sold, more coming. Yeah. So, yeah, it's sort of advertising. I don't have a problem with that. So, what was I going to say? But, oh yeah, one more thing. They measured it. And it is, first of all, I got it, they measured it accurately, apparently, because they gave it to me within 1/4 of an inch. So I think it was Jeff Donahue. He said he went on the internet, and the internet said it was 88 inches long from one end to the other. And so I went on the internet, and that's basically what I found too, was 88 inches. The only thing is that there's a lot of misinformation on the internet, and sometimes you think that people that give these specifications out, what they've done is they've gone to somebody else, and if the first person to put it up is wrong, then they're all going to be wrong. I like it when somebody actually physically measures something, then you know what it is. So anyway, Jeff said it was 88 inches, and a lot of other people said 88 inches. And what is really funny is that in my drawing, the way I had done it, I measured it out to 88 inches. So, okay, we're going to go by 88 inches. But Anna at Bill Cycle said it was 88 1/4. But she thought that possibly the license plate, when it's mounted on, could make it maybe just a little bit longer. So, however, what I'm going to do is I think I'll make the inside of the box 88 inches, because when I run it in, and when the front wheel bumps against the far end of it, hopefully at less than 1 mile an hour, or kilometer an hour, sorry. Oh, I'm going to make the far end of it that I bump into out of 1/2 inch plywood, so I'm not worried about going right through like a paper bag or something. Anyway, so when I go in and I bump the front as far as I can go, when I turn the handlebars, you know, to put it over on its kickstand, and it just wants to turn over, the front wheel, when it turns in, it's going to shorten the length of the bike. So that's what I'm going to go by. I haven't tried it on my scooter or my e-bike to see how much it shortens it, but I'm guessing that much. So I think I'm safe to make the inside of the box 88 inches. And that way I can have the roof have a little bit of an overhang at the front and the back. Anyway, that's the plan. We'll talk more about that now I can draw it out exactly to size, and I can measure each individual component to the millimeter and start cutting. I've got till the end of April to get this thing done. And I think I should do a board or two a day. Okay, what are we doing here? I think we can probably shut this off now. Oh, I forgot to turn it down. Yeah, I like to turn it down and leave it in the turned down position. I don't think turning these dials up is going to change anything unless it's powered up. Like if I shut it off and then turn the dial, I got a feeling it'd probably go back to the same thing. Just for the fun of it, let's check it out. Let's check it out. Okay, turn the power off. Okay, now I'll turn it down. This is the fine adjustment right here. So I'll just turn it down. Now when I turn it back on, it should not be 2.75. On the other hand, maybe it will change. Yeah, well, let's find out. Yeah, it does. Okay, well that's good to know. I thought maybe it didn't. Oh, another interesting thing that I found out about my heated gloves, if I remember, I'll show you later. I think I've rambled on long enough here. I guess the walkers will have come by about half an hour ago already, if they did. They never miss, so I'm willing to bet, I was going to say I'll bet the farm that they did come by. Of course, that'll be the time they don't, Murphy's Law. My farm will be gone. Okay, let's get on here today. Gotta get my little parts nipped or trimmed up, and we'll get back to step 18. See if we can get I guess we're gonna have to paint the parts before we glue them on. Do it the same way as we did the other bulkhead, and that worked out really well. And we eventually got there. In the rollback, you're going to see that I'd forgotten to do something on that other module. But that's also in the rollback. No use telling you about this stuff because then you're not going to want to watch the rollback. Okay. Well, let's roll back. I'm guessing it's a little over an hour ago now. I just got out of the shower and I noticed movement in my surveillance monitor, and I looked, and here I see an Amazon truck pulling into my driveway. And I'm thinking to myself, could this be our extra thin wire? Well, it's all it could be because that's all I'm expecting, and it's the right size. We'll have a little package opening here, and maybe we'll take a look at it this evening. And we'll probably definitely need the macro lens. Anyway, I think first of all we should clean up here. I would think that this is going to stay in place. It's what, about 3 hours ago that we glued our tank on. Oh, and for those of you who were, thinking that I should have nipped off those little positioning pins, well, those are not positioning pins on this tank. Those are drain plugs. Okay, I just want to get that straight. Those are drain plugs. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Okay, let's get ourselves cleaned up here, and very carefully now. And yeah, we'll just get ourselves cleaned up, and we'll recompose and take a look at this wire. And maybe we'll get some of the LEDs soldered up. Yeah, because really that now, unless I forgot something else, this is the last thing, for this module is this tank that I forgot, and then plug in the 8 LEDs. Wouldn't it be kind of fun to light them up and see what it looked like? I think I'll do that. I don't know if it'll be tonight, but Yeah, that'd be kind of fun. Okay, let's get ourselves recomposed here. I know those have a zipper that you're supposed to be able to unlock, but half the time it doesn't work for me. And I end up making a fool of myself. Okay, now this wire, I know from experience with it, is that you do not want to lose the end, because if you do, you might have difficulty finding it again. Now this got a little rubber band here, the same as the other one. We'll get that off first. And okay, and it's got the little, okay, I think I can see it there. Yeah, this is much finer wire, but it's not so fine that we're not going to be able to use it. I think it's going to be really good for what we want. And it doesn't have to carry very much wattage. So let's just sort of recompose here and take a look at this. Maybe we're going to be sticking on the macro lens. We may not need the macro lens. Okay. Where is the end? There it is. Okay. And it should be right there. Okay, I think what I should do is, so that I don't accidentally lose that, because if it was to get itself underneath some of this other wire, you wouldn't be able to find it even using the microscope. So maybe what I should do is, after I get this opened up here, is put a little tiny piece of tape on the end. I'm wondering, is this going to be too fine? I need something different to grab hold of it here. There we go. You know, I was wondering about this this varnished jacket that was on there. Like, this jacket's not rubber or anything like that, like an extension cord. What it is, it's like a varnish. And I was wondering if acetone would clean it off. It's just a thought. Yeah, just a thought. Okay, let's solder some leads from an LED here, and I think that if I don't think I'd want to have the temperature really high, have the temperature reasonably low, yet I don't want any cold wells, if you know what I mean. Okay, enough chatter here. Let's do something. Okay. Okay, here's the plan. I think that some time ago we concluded that these pipettes do not dissolve in acetone. The best I remember. Well, we'll soon know. Okay, I've got a piece of this wire over top of this bread knife, and I want to put a little drop of acetone just right on the wire and see if I can notice if the jacket seems to dissolve. I can actually see the jacket quite clearly. It's clear, but when I zoom right in with this, this goes up to 56 power, from 8 I believe to 56. And when I zoom right in, I can clearly see the copper wire inside the clear jacket. So I should be able to see if the acetone seems to dissolve it. And if that's the case, then I should be able to just dip the end of the wire into some acetone somehow and get it to dissolve. Because this wire is going to be very difficult to scrape off or sand off and not break it, because it is so fine. There's probably a proper way to do it. I mean, yeah, I just don't know what it is, because I don't deal with this kind of wire all the time. Maybe one of you viewers actually does and actually knows from experience, not guessing, a good way of getting the jacket off here, off this very, very fine wire. Anyway, I'll put the macro lens on. You won't be able to see it nearly as good as I can, but you might be able to see if the jacket is dissolving or not. I think probably what will happen is you'll be able to see that if the jacket dissolves, the wire will look thinner at that spot. And okay, let's get our macro lens on here, and I'm going to try for you. Okay, so where I am looking with the microscope is right where the wire passes over the serrated edge. I'm zoomed right in on that spot, and I concluded that the pipette is not working. I can't talk and work at the same time. So what I'm doing here is why can't I see this now? Yeah, it's funny when I come and try to look through the microscope, I lose all perspective. The acetone is evaporating so fast. This may not be a good test. I might have to come up with something else here. Okay, let's get the lid back on this can before I knock it over and set my house on fire. Okay, we may have to go along with Chris's idea of using sandpaper or something. I can see that I've gone right down, and I'm actually scraping on the wire right now. In fact, I'm starting to what appears to be, I'm removing little shavings of copper. Okay, I'm going to have to do this off camera, I'm afraid. And I'm going to try and bare the end of the wire about 1/4 of an inch in or so, and then we'll see if we can get some solder to stick to it. This is my medium sanding stick. It's pretty wore out. It won't be too aggressive, I don't think. No, I think when I go like this, it kind of rolls the wire as well as so it's not just doing it just on one side. Okay, I'm going to look at it through the microscope now. Have to move it a little bit maybe here. Oh yeah, we're down to bare copper there. We're down to bare copper. Okay, that should solder. There is little you might say burrs or debris, but it looks like okay. Let's try it. Enough talk. Let's try it. Okay, I put some solder paste on the longest lead. It's the one that's furthest away from you. Alright, so we got that one ready. And now we're going to recompose and try and do the wire. Okay, first with the solder paste. I'm sure we got it. That looks like it. Yeah, that looks like it's soldered. Okay, now I think the best way to try and solder this together would be to take and hold this in my hands. Let me see if I can get this off here now. Now I'm trying to hold this on here. I wonder if I should maybe be using any helping hands. I don't think so. Whoops. Okay, that's soldered on. That's soldered on. Well, I should be able to release the tweezer and this should just stay on there. Yeah. Okay, here's what we've got. I've soldered up the other line, attached it to the LED. I bared the other ends of this wire, and I don't know why I'm doing this because I know it's going to work, and I know it's not going to all of a sudden start smoking and burn out. These LEDs take incredibly low power. I can't remember what I did when I turned this off the last time, but I think I turned everything right down. Yes, I did. Okay, we'll do the fine adjustment here and see if we can bring it up to 2.75 volts. It doesn't have to be exact, does it? So why am I trying then? I guess just to see if I can do it. There we go, 2.75. Okay, now this wire here, well, maybe I should zoom you in a bit. So we'll get a hold of this with one hand and we will zoom you in with the other. Alright, this wire here should be the positive. It's the long one. So let's not let these touch now. Now this wire at the end should be bare. I think I can actually see solder on it. Now when we touch the other wire, our LED should light up. Yeah. Okay. About all I could do to test this further would be to take about, 100 centimeters, in other words about 3 feet or so of this wire, and see if I noticed any line loss under the amount of current needed to run the LED. But I don't think I need to go to all that work. I'm pretty sure that it's going to work. So okay, let's turn this back down again for next time so that we don't all of a sudden make a mistake and hook up our leads and then turn it on and burn something out. Okay. I really like this thing. It's handy. Okay, you know what? I think we're gonna call it quits here for this evening. What do we got? It's 8:35. I think I'm going to just edit out the rollback here, and yeah. So, all being well, we're going to see you in the morning. Earlier this morning, I had made a little tiny cut right here where my finger is. You can't see it. I used my hobby knife and I just went in, and I went in very, very carefully so that I was only cutting the fabric on the outside. But my thought was I wanted to remove the elastic band that was on the inside of these gloves so that it was just not constantly squeezing on you. Now I know that if you're going to be playing in the snow like a little kid, you know, that sort of thing would be a good thing, but I don't think I needed it. So the idea was I was going to try and grab hold of it, snip it off, and then pull it out. The same as I did on the one that went around the outside right here. And unfortunately, what they've done is they've put the elastic band in, and then they zigzag stitched all the way around through the rubber band, so I can't pull it out. So that's out. However, while I was doing that, I was thinking about the where I'd seen somebody else test out heated gloves, and he noticed that this switch always stayed warm, even when it was off. So I thought, I wonder if this one does too. Now, I don't have one of those thermometers, sort of an infrared thermometer or whatever it is that, you know, you can see it on a screen where you have hot areas and cold areas. I forget what it's called, but I know what it is. Okay, so I thought, well, another way I could check is I could see if there is resistance on this plug. Now I haven't actually tested the voltage on this battery because I can't easily adapt something to go in there, and I do not want to be poking around in there with probes and accidentally cross the short it out. Yeah, you don't want to short out these kind of batteries. They have been known to explode when you short them out. Hey, may as well be careful. You know, excuse me, I do some things carefully. Anyway, they are rated at 7.4 volts, okay? So we'll just accept that it's probably 7.4 when it's fully charged. So we should be able to figure out then how many watts, you might say, or microwatts this switch draws when it is turned off, like right now. And so, no, what happened? I lost it. I had something, oh, here it is, that I can stick in there. Let's get this out of the way. Okay, to make sure that this thing makes proper contact, I just sanded it down, so. Alright, so we can put that in there like that. And then we should be able to get our ohms going here. And if we go like this right here, I'll try and do it so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, that one can go there. And then this one goes here. We should be able to measure the ohms there. Okay, so it's 38. Okay, try and make a good contact here. It's almost 40 kilo ohms, so that's easy to remember. Yeah, it's so close. We'll call it 40 kilo ohms. That's how much resistance there is right now, even though this is turned off. Now that's the problem with electronic switches. They're always drawing. They're always drawing. But how much is it drawing? Well, we should be able to calculate it out. There is a formula for that. This may or may not work. Now, Google's pretty smart. In fact, she just updated herself to the latest version of Android last night. So, okay, here we go. You might want to put your hands over the ears of your cell phone because you know what I'm going to say, right? Anyway, here we go. How many watts is there in 40,000 ohms times 7.4 volts?
Here's what I found on the web.
Okay, she didn't answer me the way I wanted. I was hoping she would say, you know. Okay, volts to watts, converter calculator. Okay, she didn't give me the answer. She did not give me the answer. Well, so much for your Android update. Okay, Ohm's law. Yeah, okay, we'll do it manually. We'll get it. I'll let you know when I figure it out. Okay, here we are in an Ohm's law calculator. Well, I'm going to trust that it's pretty well right. It's a lot easier than trying to figure it out by hand. So here we got our voltage. So we're just going to click this here. 7.4 volts. And the resistance was 40,000 ohms. Calculate. Okay, so what do we got going on here? Oh my goodness, it is tens, hundreds, thousands. So it's about 13.5 thousandths of a watt. 13 thousandths of a watt. Yeah, that's... I guess somebody could figure out how long it would run if they knew how many amp hours there is on that battery. If you want to have the fun of doing that, I know there's people that are really into that sort of thing. You should be able to calculate how long the battery will go at this kind of a draw, how many watts. I'm not using the right terminology, but I think you know what I mean. So, yeah, so it burns, well, 13,000 roughly watts. A thousandth of a watt, I mean, not 13,000. So it'd be 13 thousandths of a watt. That'd last a long time. Okay, just thought somebody might be interested in that. Now, Amazon Jeff must have heard me talking yesterday about him, because he got right on those bike fenders. And he sent somebody around this morning already to pick them up. Now, that was pretty good service. Yeah. Okay, Jeff, enjoy your 400-foot yacht. He doesn't know I exist. On the other hand, maybe they do. Maybe all of Amazon is just gathered around watching the model ship. I wish. That was painless. Okay, right now I think probably everybody is looking at the clock, and you're probably thinking to yourself that I'm going to say, well, once again, time has gotten away on us. Just let me zoom in a little bit here. Okay, now you can see that there are 3 positioning pegs right there on this door, and they go in these 3 slots like this. Now, I'm not going to be gluing these in place. Now, at first I thought, oh, well, the detail is going to be on the other side and we're not going to see it. However, we will see it when we look at this from the other side. There, that just sort of locks into place there. So that's going to make it easy. Everything's going to line up really, really good. And this piece here is going to go right here. Now, these all have to be painted. This large piece is already painted, so that's the color it's going to be. I guess we'll probably need this door for something else, somewhere else. So not in this step anyway. Got to put a handle on something. I guess this one already seems to have a handle there. Oh no, there's... I got my doors mixed up. I'm going to have to check and see what's under here. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to have to make sure I don't... Well, I can't glue this door in the wrong place because it, you know, it's made for right there. But this one here is a lot smaller. Anyway, we'll worry about that later. Oh, interestingly enough, somebody who is actually a submariner said, that this is porcelain. And he sent a picture, and I don't have time right now to go find it and dub it in. I'll try and do that tomorrow. Maybe when we deal with the sink, I'll find that picture that was actually taken inside a submarine, and clearly it looks like a porcelain sink, or china, however you want to look at it. Okay, all of these parts, I think the door will be a medium gray. The handles and pipes and so on will be a darker gray. Possibly the handles will be red. I don't know. We'll check the color call out here. Where is it? Right here. We'll deal with that when we get to it. But we're time, as I said, is getting away on us here. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to call her quits for this afternoon. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I get a coffee visitor, and today is Friday, and I was talking to him already this morning. He says, I'll see you at 3:30, so my goodness, I better get going here. Thanks for watching, everybody, and all being well, we're gonna see you tomorrow.